Yes. So this is the easiest possible way by which I can make you understand the structure of heart. So heart is a muscular organ in uh, present in the center of your chest cavity and tilted little bit toward the left side. It is said that heart is present in the left side of chest cavity, but that's not true. Heart is present in the center of the chest cavity, but it is tilted toward the left. It is divided into four chambers. Upper two chambers are known as atrium and lower two chambers are known as ventricles. Heart is surrounded by membrane, double membrane. That membrane is known as pericardial membrane. And then those pericardial membranes are filled with a fluid which is known as pericardial fluid. Wherever in the body fluid is filled, it serves one purpose only, to protect that particular organ against any shock or friction. Since heart keeps on beating all the lifetime, so this pericardial fluid prevent the friction in the wall of heart and also protect it against the mechanical shocks. So it is made up of four chambers. Upper two chambers are known as atrium and lower two chambers are known as ventricles. These chambers are separated by septums. Right half is separated with left half by a muscular septum, and the blood never mix in the right and left halves, because left half of the heart contains oxygenated blood and the right half contains deoxygenated blood. Atrium and ventricles are also separated by a septum, but there are entry points so that blood can be transported from atrium to ventricle. So these entry points are guarded by certain valves. So the valves which are present between right atrium and right ventricle, they are known as tricuspid valve. Tricuspid valve. And the valve which is present between left atrium and left ventricle are known as mitral valve or bicuspid valve. Mitral valve or bicuspid valve. Along with this, certain valves are present here also at the entry point of pulmonary vein and at the entry point of superior vena cava and inferior vena cava. And certain valves are present here also at the entry point of pulmonary artery and aorta. So all these valves which are present here, 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 here and here, these are semilunar valve. Semilunar valve because their shape is like half moon. That's why they are known as semilunar valve. So what is the function of valves? Valves are present anywhere, whether they are present in the veins or they are present in the heart. Their function is to stop the backflow of blood, to make sure that blood only flows in one direction. It don't go back. Okay. So as you can see these arrows are showing the direction of blood. So blood from superior vena cava and inferior vena cava, it comes to right atrium and it is deoxygenated blood which is rich in carbon dioxide. From right atrium, it then goes to the right ventricle. From right ventricle, it goes to the lungs. There in the lungs, oxygen is diffused in the blood and carbon dioxide diffused out from blood to lungs. So that oxygenated blood from lungs return to heart with the help of 4 pulmonary veins. You can see pulmonary arteries are 2 since we have 2 lungs, and pulmonary veins are 4, 2 from each lung, 2 from right lung and 2 from left lung. So that oxygenated blood then comes in the left atrium. From left atrium, it goes to the left ventricle. From left ventricle, it goes to aorta for systemic circulation. What is systemic circulation? Circulation of body. This oxygenated blood then circulated in the body to each and every cell of the body. Understood everybody this slide? Please respond. Are you clear about this slide? Okay. No ma'am. No ma'am. Who's saying no ma'am? Twinkle is saying no. Rachel is saying no. Harsh Goswami is saying no. Okay. Twinkle, Harsh Goswami and Rachel. I am explaining it again. But if you find me to repeat it again and again, then you please go to my YouTube channel and then see this video again. Right now I am repeating it again, but then third time I will not repeat. Third time you have to see in my YouTube channel. I will send you the link of this video. Don't worry. So listen it very carefully. Heart is a muscular organ. Just wait. Yeah. Heart is a muscular organ which is present in the center of the chest cavity between both the lungs, but tilted toward the left side little bit. It is surrounded by two membranes. It is surrounded by two membranes. These membranes are known as pericardial membranes. These pericardial membranes are filled with a fluid, and fluid anywhere inside the fluid anywhere around any organ serves one purpose only: to protect that particular organ against any shock or friction. Since heart keeps on beating lifetime, so friction can occur there. So to prevent that friction, this pericardial fluid is present. Okay. Then these four chambers, heart is made up of four chambers, and it is clearly divides into two halves, right half and left half. Left half contains oxygenated blood, right half contains deoxygenated blood. Upper two chambers are known as atrium, lower two chambers are known as ventricles. Left half and right half separated by a muscular septum, and blood never mixes in both the halves because left half contains oxygenated blood and right half contains deoxygenated blood. Atrium and ventricles are also separated by a septum, but certain entry points are there. These entry points are guarded by valve. Valve are present everywhere in the heart and in the wall of veins, just to make sure that there should not be any backflow of blood. Blood flow blood flow direction should always, blood flows only in one direction always. Okay. The direction of blood flow is shown by these arrows. The blood from superior vena cava and inferior vena cava. Superior vena cava and inferior vena cava are the veins which take impure blood or deoxygenated blood from the upper half and lower half of the body. Superior vena cava collects the deoxygenated blood from the upper body, and inferior vena cava collects the deoxygenated blood from the lower body. They pour that deoxygenated blood in the right atrium. Right atrium entry into right ventricle is guarded by a valve which is known as tricuspid valve. So this blood transfers from right atrium to right ventricle. From right ventricle, it is taken to the pulmonary artery. This entry point of pulmonary artery is again guarded by a valve which is known as semilunar valve. From right ventricle through pulmonary artery, the deoxygenated blood is taken to the lung. In the lung, gaseous exchange takes place where oxygen from lung diffuses in the blood and carbon dioxide from the blood diffuses in the lungs. Then that oxygenated blood from lungs is again taken back to the left atrium through 4 pulmonary veins. Pulmonary term is related with lung vein. Pulmonary vein is that vein which take the oxygenated blood from lungs to the left atrium of the heart. From left atrium, this blood transferred then in the left ventricle. This entry point of left atrium to left ventricle is again guarded by a valve which is known as bicuspid valve or mitral valve. Then from left ventricle, this pure or oxygenated blood through the aorta goes to systemic circulation. Systemic circulation is the circulation of body, where aorta is divided into many sub branches of arteries, then arterioles, then capillaries, for transferring this pure blood to the each and every part, each and every cell of the body. The wall of atrium is not as much thicker than the ventricle. Ventricle wall is more thicker than the wall of atrium. Since you can see, atriums are the receiving chambers. They are receiving the blood either from the lungs or from the body through superior or inferior vena cava. But ventricles, they are the distributing chambers. As you can see, they are distributing blood either to the lungs or to the body through aorta or pulmonary artery. So the blood pressure in the ventricles is higher than the blood pressure in the atrium. That's why to accommodate that higher blood pressure, the ventricle wall are thicker than the wall of atrium. Rudransh, you had asked this question in previous class. Are you clear now why the ventricle wall are thicker than wall of atrium? Yes. So clear, everybody clear about this slide now? Now this is the actual diagram of heart. The previous one was the line diagram, just to make you understand, just to make this theory easy. This is the real diagram of heart. This diagram is very important. You have to learn all the labelings of this diagram. This can come in the diagram based question. Okay. So once more, go through this diagram. These upper two chambers, this one and this one. These are the atrium. As you can see, it is written here left atrium and it is written here right atrium. Then the entry point of right atrium to right ventricle. This one is right ventricle. It is guarded by a valve. These valves are known as atrioventricular valve or tricuspid valve. Atrioventricular valve or tricuspid valve. Right side of atrioventricular valve is also known as tricuspid valve. Yes, friends, it can come for labeling also. Then left atrium entry point to the right atrium. Rachel is saying that my voice is not clear. My voice is not clear. Rachel, everybody else is saying that my voice is clear. Few of you are saying that my voice is not clear. So if you think my voice is not clear, just check at your end. Maybe your internet is not working, or maybe your headpiece or earpiece is not working. Otherwise, most of the people are saying that my voice is pretty clear. Okay. Then this left atrium entry point to the left ventricle is again guarded by a valve which is known as atrioventricular valve. The left side of atrioventricular valve is also known as Lakshya Bhardwaj. Right now, you don't worry about my channel's name. I will give you the link in the WhatsApp group. Don't worry. Okay. Shagun, my voice is clear to everyone. You check at your end. Right ventricle, Ashita, right ventricle receive deoxygenated blood from right atrium. Left ventricle receive oxygenated blood. Okay. So the left side of atrioventricular valve is also known as mitral valve or bicuspid valve. You can see these are pulmonary veins. Pulmonary veins are the veins which comes from lungs, which take the oxygenated blood to the left side of heart. And this is posterior vena cava. Posterior vena cava collect the blood, deoxygenated blood from the lower body. This is anterior vena cava. It collects the deoxygenated blood from the upper body. Both posterior and anterior vena cava pour their blood into the right atrium. Then from right ventricle, it is pulmonary artery. This pulmonary artery takes the deoxygenated blood to the lung for oxygenation, for the diffusion of gases. Okay. Then that oxygenated blood comes to the heart through pulmonary vein. Then from left atrium to left ventricle, from left ventricle through aorta. This is the biggest artery of the body. This aorta then subdivides into various branches, and each and every branch reach to one or more organs for the supply of oxygenated blood. Is this diagram clear to you people, all of you? Yes, everybody is saying yes. Now cardiac cycle. What is cardiac cycle? Cardiac is cardiac means heart. Cycle is some process which is in the form of cycle, जो एक के बाद एक repeat होता रहता है, ठीक है? So this cardiac cycle is the transportation of blood inside the heart. So this cardiac cycle has basically two phases, systole and diastole. And if you see it very clearly, these phases are divided into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 subphases. So arterial systole begins. Arterial systole begins means when atrial contraction forces the blood into ventricle. See, systole is the phase when the wall of heart contract, and diastole is the phase when the wall of heart relax. Okay, so this atrial contraction is done so that the blood could be forced inside the ventricles. See, this is the structure of heart, and when these two upper chamber they will contract, these two valves, atrioventricular valves, which are also known as bicuspid and tricuspid valve, they get open, and once they get open, the blood is transported to the respective ventricle. Just wait, I make you understand by a rough diagram. See, suppose this is your heart and this is transferred into four chambers. Okay, these are the atriums and these are the ventricles. Now I am saying there are two phases of heart cycle, systole and diastole. Systole is the phase of contraction and diastole is the phase of relaxation. Is this clear, everybody? Is this clear, everybody? Now these chambers contract and relax alternatively. Okay, when the atria contracts, this is when the atrial wall contracts, these valve open. This is the tricuspid valve and this is the bicuspid valve. And by opening of these valves, blood flows from atrium to the respective ventricle. Got it? Got it, everyone? Yes. So this is the first phase of cardiac cycle when atrial contraction take place. First phase clear, everyone? Okay. Now the second phase is ventricular systole. Now, as the name suggests, ventricles, when ventricle start contraction. Now again I am drawing that rough diagram. Now beginning phase was when atrial wall contracts and blood goes in the ventricles. Okay. Now ventricles are filled with blood. Now it is the turn of ventricle to transfer the blood to pulmonary artery or aorta accordingly. Right side of ventricle will transfer the blood to the pulmonary artery and left side of ventricle will transport the blood to the aorta. So the next phase is ventricular systole. What is systole? Systole is the contraction phase. What is ventricular systole? When ventricle will contract. So as I already told you, valves are present to prevent the backflow of the blood. So when ventricle will contract, there are two ways. Blood can move up also and blood can move down also. But what we want, what is the process? The blood should move down only in the pulmonary artery or in the aorta, and it should not go back in the atrium. So to prevent that backflow of blood to the atrium, these two valves get closed. Here these two valves get closed and these two valves get open. These two valves, semilunar valve, get open. Understood everyone? Clear? Clear everyone this phase? Okay. Now next phase is this is the same phase, ventricular systole. This ventricular systole is continuing. See here, ventricular contraction pushes AV valve close. As I told you, the upper valve get closed and the lower valve, semilunar valve, get open to eject the blood. Okay. The next phase is ventricular diastole. Diastole, as I told you, what is the meaning of diastole? Meaning of diastole is relaxation of the chamber. So these chamber get relaxed again. How do they relax? Again by the entry of blood from atrium to ventricle. This is actually known as joint diastole. Joint diastole. What is joint diastole? Joint diastole is the phase of diastole when both the atrial and ventricle get relaxed and the blood fill inside the atrium with the help of vena cava or pulmonary veins, and ventricle relax when the blood enters from atrial, respective atrium. Understood? So ventricular diastole early, semilunar valve close and blood flows into atria. Ventricular diastole late, chamber relax and blood fills ventricle passively. Passively. Why passively? Because at this time, atrials are not in the phase of systole. Since both atria and ventricles, all four chambers are in relaxed position. That's why it is known as joint diastole. Understood? Joint diastole, everyone?